Hello, Jai Hind everyone. I welcome you all to my masterclass on which I am going to teach how to focus. Simple thing, how to focus, how to be more mindful, how to have utmost clarity, and how to not get distracted because the world, as we see, is immensely distracting. Today, the things are not the way they were 20 years ago. Today, there is rise of various sort of distractions, not just social media, not just psychological distractions, but various sort of distractions we are going to discuss in this particular masterclass. I am going to teach how to achieve utmost clarity and calmness so that our focus becomes our anchor and our mind, which is a lighthouse, gets us achieve the right results in the right direction. Today, we are also going to refer to a beautiful book, Clarity and Calm. This beautiful book will also give us certain good insights and certain good lessons as to how we achieve that level of utmost clarity. So stay connected and watch this entire masterclass to solve the problem of lack of mental clarity with certain practical tips. So we will try to cover this with this particular book. And see, mindful awareness is something you practice daily. See, got to, must, when, but. So this particular man, as you see, is very much burdened about the various tasks of life. See, in this book, in the very start, they are asking you to pause and ask, because see, when you do not pause, when you're not aware, when you do not practice disciplined focus each and every time, when a multiplicity of things are bothering you, then you get lost, and that sort of state of mind in which you are confused, you are lost, you do not take right decisions. We take decisions, indulgent decisions. So those indulgent decisions disturb our own capability of harnessing our own potential. So something which is taking away our own potential from ourselves is what is lack of mental clarity. So it is a very big problem. So today's masterclass will be like a solution for you. It will pose many practical tips which you can employ to become better and better in life. So you have to practice discipline, you have to practice focus so that you can utilize this anchor in a fuller manner. You must have heard about that particular quote of Socrates. So he says that unexamined life is not worth living. And what are we living? An unexamined life each and every day. That is the problem I aim to solve. And I do not want any credits for it. What I want is that you achieve your results, you share them with me. So, firstly, one thing you have to remember, which is silence. Silence always becomes the greatest source of strength. As you are more silent, you are spending more time with yourself, you are doing more meditation, your strength develops. Your roots develop, wherein they help you grow in a fuller manner. All right. So, what are we trying to do? We are trying to keep ourselves very conscious. We are trying to be very silent. When we face the various problems of life, we do not react. We think, we examine, and then we take an action. All right. So see, so they are asking about various questions, that what is happening with me now. So basically, this particular source tells us to shift our conscious attention space into a more aware space. All right, see, relax the muscles, widen the attention, float the question, what is happening for me now? We have to acknowledge what that we are. See, what is it saying? For a moment, you are watching or listening to what question brought to light rather than engaging in what you are thinking or feeling. So, you are watching, you are listening rather than engaging in what you yourself are thinking or feeling. That is the very problem. You must be thinking that what is this? This is very psychological in nature, and along with psychology, you are adding an element of philosophy also. You have already added Socrates, but how will it help you? It will help you day by day. It is just like a seed I am implanting within you, which will help you develop in a fuller manner, which will help you flourish in a fuller manner. See, what is the mountain you wish to conquer in this world? The first mountain has to be your own self, has to be your own mind. That is what Krishna also says. जो इंसान खुद के साथ सच के साथ, खुद के साथ और खुद के धर्म के साथ रह सकता है, उसके साथ श्री कृष्ण भी रहते हैं. That is what the premier lesson is which we are trying to achieve with this particular class. See, it is talking about the various thoughts and clarity. You can read this. See, don't act or react. Allow the response to rise. We don't have to overreact. We don't have to act. We have to pause. We have to think. All right. It is giving you an example, a beautiful example. You can read this example. See, this particular person is wandering. Now, you do not have to go into that stage where you keep wandering and you do not act. That is not our purpose. What is our purpose? Our purpose is to bring simplicity, clarity, and strength to our mind, which is being lost. Which is being lost because of various distractions we have talked about. All right. And beautiful things in life only come with clarity, ease, and purpose. Purposefulness is very important. You know why purposefulness is not practiced by most of the people? Because they do not feel gratitude for what they have in life. Gratitude gives us fullness, and that fullness gives us purposefulness. All right, so it has to be a combination. I'm not telling you to practice one thing, just do meditation, just move your mobile, go from mobile to meditation. You go from mobile to meditation when you are really attracted towards it, and you do not get attracted when you just see the results, because seeing the results and getting attracted is of no use. Why do you get attracted? Because you want to make your life more fuller, you want to make it more beautiful. And this is not only result oriented but also action oriented. What actions you are taking each and every day, that is very important. All right, connect to the body. See, provide groundedness, balance, and vitality, which is very important to connect to the awareness. All right, clarity and calm. See, it is talking about the various practices. Tune into balance. Balance is very important. Balance of what is needed. Like, you cannot like, if you want to focus and you are working like 14 hours a day, that is not focus, because that is unbalanced. That will not sustain you in long term. What is balance? Something which you do each and every day, each and every day, each and every day, and then the balance develops. All right, so you do not work 14 hours each and every day. You might work 7 hours each and every day. That is very normal, but you do it each and every day with clarity, with purpose. That is how you will achieve the results. Otherwise, you will become saturated, and saturation is the enemy of what? Progress. So progress has to be there, saturation shouldn't come. All right, you have to be in peace with yourself, right? And for that, you have to acknowledge your thoughts, acknowledge your sensations, acknowledge your energies. Your energies get wasted. Why? Because of distractions, because the mind doesn't have any clarity. That shouldn't happen. That we are not, that is our persistent enemy we have to fight. See, this person is lost. Stand, soften your knees, relax your buttocks, let your arms come slightly away from the sides of your body, relax your shoulders, widen, soften, and feel the breathing. Okay, it is asking you to practice more mindfulness. And not only mindfulness, more connection with the nature around you. You go to any psychology session, they will ask you to feel what is going around you, what sounds are there, how are you feeling, how are your sensations. Why don't we do it in everyday life? Why don't we attach it something as a daily practice? How are we feeling? Why? Because we are too busy, we are too occupied with things of no use. We are scrolling without any use. We are doing things without any use, and we are wasting our youth. We are wasting our time. We are wasting our life. We are wasting the very gift of God. Time is very important, and that is all, and that is what you wish to save. That is why you are watching my video, and you might watch 1,000 other people for that, but you might read more books for that. But what you have to do is practice what is being told. All right, yes, let thinking becomes thoughtfulness. See, mostly people are just moving thoughtlessly. You want to be spiritual, you want to be you can say fulfilled in life, but you cannot keep moving without thoughtfulness. You have to be very thoughtful. You do not have to let the behavior of others destroy your own inner peace. Because why? Your inner peace is something which comes from the very inside, the very seed which is there within you, the very seed, the very soul, the very heartbeat, which tells you that you are alive. So you cannot let other voices destroy what is going on within you, right? So peace always comes from inside. The thoughtfulness I'm talking about always comes from inside. You must have experienced, you are in traffic, you are frustrated, you are in temple, you are happy. Not happy, you are peaceful, you are very gentle with your own self. Why does this happen? Why does this change happen between our body? Because the external surroundings are influencing us. What if our internal surroundings internal existence, internal, the very essence starts influencing the external surroundings, what will happen? Something magical will happen. Then we will be more peaceful. We will not dwell into the past. We will not dream about the future. We will be absolutely present inside the present. All right, this has to be done. See, there are various things. There are various things I can talk about in this particular lecture, but if you do not apply them in your own life, they will be of no use. All right, my whatever I say will be only of use when you apply them in your own life. All right, so that is very important. Just give me 1 second. Yes. So see, this person is very happy. Tune into how the body walks. You must have experience. When you walk in the morning walk, it is always very much, you can say, relieving. It relieves all your stress. Even if you are stressed and you go for a walk, you get relieved because you're truly present with your own self. For example, your friend calls and he or she is narrating his or her own story. Then your lack of clarity is taken, and then you do not enjoy that walk. Rather, you are most frustrated most of the times. Of course, it can be a good call also by a loved one. Then you get happy. But again, we have to be with ourselves, with our nature. For that fulfilledness we are looking for when we are absolutely distracted. This has to be remembered. Now, see, what was I saying? See, your own attitude towards life, like whatever it is like you are expecting something from your life, you're trying to contribute to the life of others, whatever it is, your attitude will determine the very achievements, or you can say the very happiness of your entire generations. If your attitude is like, okay, let it be, I will do a normal thing, I will go to office, come home and scroll reels, then your generations will also live that sort of life. So you have to determine your attitude. It is not something which is like, if you have let it be sort of attitude, your entire particular what you are trying to achieve in life will also be let it be sort of thing. All right, see, all time in the world to breathe out, let the in breath come when it wants to. Add a touch point at the end of each breath out. Now this is a very philosophical text we are reading. All right, what is it saying? We're saying that we have to do exercises which connect us to our own self. One of them is meditation. There are various such exercises. Even mindfulness, mindful walking, or you can say brisk walking becomes a very great exercise. How do writers, artists and performers do so much concentration when they are at work? How do they stay so much focused? Because they have simplicity, they have clarity that they want to perform this particular task. And you might be disappointed at times. The things might not work in your own favor at times, and everybody is not a genius. So you have to do one thing which you have decided with clarity, that today this is the task, this is the purpose. You do it with clarity. Already you do it with certainty. Then there are chances that you might get distracted, but you do not dwell in that distraction. You have to practice mindfulness with own love, with like love and with clarity, so that those distractions do not disappoint you when you're trying to pursue your own task. That is there. Now, one problem most of the people face while doing this is negativity. They have a negative mind. Whatever good is going, they will think something bad is going to happen. Already, like for example, they are going to the examination center. They already believe कि कुछ ना कुछ गलत हो जाएगा, traffic वगैरह मिल जाएगा, तो जल्दी चलता है, which is a good thing, which is a very good thing, which is a very logical thing. But most of the people also have a negative mind that what if this goes wrong? If I do this, why do you have a negative mind? Tell me. You can always have backups. You can always have more purposefulness. You can always add more things to something you are pursuing. But why negativity? Why always you add negativity? Add it as another element that if this doesn't go very right, I will do this which might bring me in the right purpose, in the right direction on which I was already moving. We can think this way also. But most of us, we do not think this way. We think in a very illegitimate way, illogical way, which is highly negative. So that should not be done. Like not most of us, but the ones who are having this problem of lack of clarity, lack of consciousness, lack of awareness, who are looking for more spiritual teachers each and every day. All right, so clarity will bring focus, and clarity comes from seeing within, not from knowing more. Knowing more, everybody is doing. Everybody, they are watching the lives of others, what is going on in the world, in politics, here, there. What is less people doing? Less people are doing, what less people are doing is looking within their own selves. All right, your mind is the dictator, but it adopts the policies which you favor. All right, so it is a very democratic dictator. Mind you, your mind is a very democratic dictator. This is a brilliant line which I have said, but you have to make use of it. That my mind is a democratic dictator. So today, if I'll think, I'll not allow myself to think negative, it will not vote. It will not win the negativity. The negativity will not win if I do not vote for the negativity. Only the positivity is win, but my mind is a dictator. It will dictate what has to be done. All right, see what is here. Recommended time, rest in here and now. All right. It is asking us to gather energy, be at one place. See, this person is wandering. He has to go to school, petrol, food, bus bill, shopping, everything. So this shouldn't happen. Rather, this person should be working. But this work is pending. Electricity, garage, bank statement, much of the work is pending. That is the problem. And that problem has to be solved today itself in this particular masterclass. You do not have to worry. You do not have to overthink. Certain things will take their own shape. Now, I am not being very much fatalistic that certain things will take their own shape. You do not worry. No, you be conscious of what is happening around you. But always remember, he or she who has conquered himself or herself is the mightiest warrior. So what you have to do, conquer your own self, your own inner mind. That is very important. Your own inner mind. That is very important. All right. You cannot be a good leader if you do not know how to lead your own self first. That is very important. You have to lead your own self. People are doubting that this wrong happened in the world. Now, what you do for it, that matters. No, how much doubtful you are, how much confused you are, how much problematic you are with the things, that doesn't matter. That doesn't really matter. All right. See, feel the energy in the flow of breathing. Let your body feel that flow. If you're feeling dull or agitated, breathe into that. Open to your bodily experience and let your breath inhabit it. So it is asking you to gather thinking with breathing. Most of us, like when we are in a stressful situation, what do? We take deep breaths. These are the deep breaths. And what happens? We are more thoughtful. Okay. We gather energy. Okay. But what do we have to do? We have to practice clarity and calm with each and every action, each and everything we are doing. Clarity has to be there. All right. That is how you will become your own master. Otherwise, what is the meaning of the victories of the world when you have not achieved the victory over your own mind? What is the sense? No sense. All right. You will get into the situation like Ashoka got. All right. Conquered everything but disappointed. Then, when he conquered the world with peace, with adopting Buddhism, he became truly happy. So, that is a long path. You have to learn from the lives of others. So learn from the life of Ashoka, learn from the life of the great people and adopt that path while you are already into your work, while you're already into the zone of pursuing what you always wanted to do or achieve. That is there. That is one thing you have to always remember. All right. So then how do we practice that sort of self-leadership? See, what is it saying? The future is imagined, the past is a memory, and what other people and you is a changeable notion. So the future is imagined, the past is a memory, and what other people and you are is a changeable notion. It can be changed. Come into the present and rest in that. Tune into the thinking as it flows. Let go of the topic and feel the energy like surfing a wave. All right? Beautiful thing. That is why most of the countries you see, like Bhutan released the happiness index. Japan is a very happy country. Why? Eastern philosophy, okay. Meditation, okay. But they have a self-realization. They have a self-realization that whatever is written here, worry, doubt, affection, regret, all of that is of no use. All of that is of no use. Our mind will create people, our mind will create events, our mind will create thousands of fake scenarios. I have experienced that. I have fell in love with a person again and again and again and again. All right. So experience that. Many times we love a person, we think about that person again and again and again. And it doesn't stop because we truly love that person. All right, they're truly in love with that person, no matter how what kind of person that is. All right, because we love that person, so doesn't matter. That happens. Then we try to uh, your our energies get exhausted. All right, what kind of energies to pursue something which is more productive. Like, it is not bad to write love letters, it is a very good thing, and you can write books over it. That is also a very good thing, that is also a very productive activity, because you are adding to the what particular poetry, you are adding to a lot to the particular you are becoming a playwright in one sort. But what is the problem with trying to impress others? What is the problem with trying to impress others? You are having a opportunity cost, a big opportunity cost. And that opportunity cost is that your time, which you could have used to build the life of other people, that is getting wasted. Why? Because you're thinking, you're not acting. So you can contribute to the life of the same person, even if that person doesn't love you back. Why? You can, how? Because you are trying to use your energies in a more rational manner, in a more logical manner, not in a haphazard manner, not in a manner which is not respected by the world, not in a manner in which you are in your own thoughts with the nature and with yourself. That is also a problem. That also has to be countered. That also has to be tackled. You become sad, you become angry, you are very emotional, you become like a Kabir Singh. What is the problem in that? The problem is that you are not respecting the very life you've got. You're not contributing positively and affirmatively to this life. That is the problem. And that has to be tackled. Why does our mind wander in that way? And why we cannot conquer our mind? That has to be tackled. There are various habits, various bad habits. Like one of them is binge eating. All right, what people do, they keep eating when they are watching any show or whatever they are doing. So that is a problem. You have to eat 2 times, 3 times a day maximum. But because of that, we lose sight, we lose mental clarity. I am not a doctor. I do not have any advices to give you on what kind of dietary pattern you should follow. But something which you yourself do not like and still you indulge in that, that is a problem. That is what we are here to solve. All right. So we have to practice self leadership. See, everything uh, you say to your own self is what makes you a master of yourself. And the one who is a master of their own selves cannot be mastered by others. Then you cannot become a slave. Then you cannot become a laborer. Then you cannot become a person who is working in a like a sheep. You will become a lion. You will become a sherni. Why? Because you are investing in your own self. All right. You are trying to master your own self. So then how will anyone exercise illegitimate control over you, over your mind, over your emotions? No one will be able to. Mind you. All right. No one will be able to. What is it written? The one I am angry with isn't here now. The loss has gone. The thing I want to be is just being made up now. Focus on the present. Let the anger be the angry, so the pain can pass. You must have heard that quote. Uh, in the middle of any difficulty lies an opportunity. In the middle of every difficulty lies an opportunity. So, how do you harness those opportunities when you're already confused and your emotions are spread over your own awareness? That is something which is particularly you can say solved by whole body mind awareness experience. So that has to be developed. You have to fully feel, you have to be fully aware, you have to accept that you are trying to gather your emotional energy, your emotional quotient, your spiritual quotient for something which is more productive. All right, so you don't have to be in those particular thoughts. All right, you take life too seriously, I'm telling you. And you, when you take your life too seriously, you are not truly alive, because you are always truly conscious of what will others think, what will happen, what if this goes wrong. You are not truly there inside what you truly wish to pursue. You just keep thinking. Then what happens? Only thinking happens and no results are achieved. All right. So what is it saying? here and now that offers rest and peace is not a thought sensation or a state of mind. You can only rest in it. All right. Understood? If you feel locked, accept that. Sense the tense area and widen your attention over your entire body. When thinking gets too fast, listen in a way that is accepting and curious. All right. So, the purpose of life is not always to be happy, because overthinking will always keep you happy. The purpose of life is to be curious, to be productive, to be honored, to be compassionate. That is the purpose. I'm telling you, that is the purpose. All right. Sustained quietude. See, a beautiful word. Sustained quietude. That is important. See, this person is watching the clock, is already disturbed in the mind. That should not be the thing. You are meant for something great, something very legitimate. All right. Life is very short. So you have to make it more sweet, and happiness doesn't make it sweet. What makes it sweet? Focus, compassion, goal attainment. Goal attainment with right mindset, not of the mindset that I want to win medals, I want to be only glorious. With the mindset that whatever I do, I'm going to do in the best possible manner, no matter what. All right. So it is saying these things, some things like the main thing to learn is that no matter how big, long term the topic that affects you, the way you can most clearly handle it by experiencing it as a thought, emotion, or impulse in the present. Then you are keeping a watch over the aware place, the gate through which things pass. Your clearest response will arise from the other side of the gate. All right. So that is there. You have to set boundaries of attention. That is very important. All right. Because see, Steve Jobs also, you must remember, he said that your time is limited. You should not waste it living someone else's life. All right, your time is limited. Always try to have this in your mind. A good life is inspired by introspection, by knowledge, by insights. All right, a good life is not inspired by being more haphazard and by pursuing things which are of no use. Always remember this. All right. And don't keep living a life in which you are only counting the days on calendar. Make those days actually count. What those days are helping you achieve. All right, make those days count. Because days are going to pass. Life is going to pass. What is with you is what you are happy with each and every day. So stay focused. Stay with utmost level of concentration. Practice good things. Practice meditation, practice fitness, practice running. Very important. All right. Practice healthy habits. It will not come in one day. It has to be a conscious effort. It has to be a conscious, mindful effort that you want to become better, you want to become best. Each and every day you want to give to productivity. That has to be done. All right. To ventures which make you better each and every day. All right. You do not have to lose yourself while fulfilling goals. What you have to do essentially is your own goals should help you gain what you have already lost with the other various problems of life. They should make you energetic. People see he was watching at the clock and he was so exhausted. You saw the photo. That should not be the case. All right. Watching the clock should interest us and make us more excited. That okay, it is 9 o'clock. Now I am excited of what I will work at 10, what I will work at 11, what I will work at 12. If you are exhausted, like people, mostly the corporate employees, they have a particular agenda that Mondays are good, Tuesdays are good, Wednesdays are boring. And then when it reaches up to Saturday, it becomes the most boring thing of life. All right. So that should not be the case. You should be curious. You should be observant of what is happening around you, and the world will change itself. The world will become more positive. The world will become more aligned and more according to your own needs, accommodative to your own needs, and that will happen. You have to have patience. You have to believe. Believe is very important thing. Most of the people do not believe. They just act in a very prompt manner. All right, they act more fast than ChatGPT responds. That is the problem. All right. So the more and more you praise life, the more and more you praise life, and the more and more you celebrate life, the more and more life is there to celebrate. Always remember this. Quality of life is not determined by what you have. It is determined by what activities do you pursue in a day. Do they inspire you? Do they keep you motivated? Most of you must be saying that I cannot do the things I really want to do. I cannot go and do stand-up comedy. I have to do engineering. That is okay. But you can try to do those activities simultaneously also. You can do time management. We are going to learn about time management also. You're going to learn do time. You can be doing time management to that extent that it drives you towards change, growth, more fulfillment. All right, what is the problem in pursuing something part-time if you cannot pursue it full-time? What is the problem? No problem. It is just constant effort you have to keep doing. You have to be convinced enough that I can do anything. Even if others say I cannot, I can. Because I have that potential within my own self. And when you realize that potential, no one can stop you. All right, it has to be self-realization. What I personally think is wrong with this generation is that they gamble about the future. What will happen? What will happen? What they keep on gambling. But what you have to essentially do is change today. You should not gamble about the future, because if you do not act now, then the life itself will become a gamble. All right. So life is always a succession of lessons. We keep learning day by day, day by day, day by day, and it must be lived and understood. All right. Most of the people just experience the particular things which go around in their life and leave them to their own purpose. Everything has to be learned from. Everything is there to teach us something or the other. And these are very small moral lessons we learn in our childhood, but we do not recognize them. We forget their value. That is the problem. So what you essentially have to do is turn your wounds, turn your problems into wisdom. If your wounds can be turned into wisdom, then your life can become better day by day. All right, you must have heard that particular saying that life is always understood backwards and lived forwards. All right, so you have to keep understanding what is happening with you. So for that, you have to be mentally sound, mentally clear. All right, this is like one lecture series of this particular thing. We'll keep continuing this. Let us try to finish this particular source. There are many sources I can bring about if I have a positive response with this particular session. Keep your visual focused, relaxed, stay embodied, slow down, roll a key ring in your hand. Okay, roll a key ring in your hand and ask where I am now. What's really important? What helps me to be with this? So you have to set your own agendas. Like if you want something, then you have to introspect whether what I want is really something I can get from where I am now. If yes, continue. If yes, stay consistent. If no, try to make a shift. And that shift will come only from inner awakeness, inner enlightenment. You have to be aware enough that you have to make a shift. All right. No one else is going to ask you to make a shift or going to come and tell you that this is not right, you do this or that. And even if that person does, it is of no use. What is of use? Your own introspection. Self-reflection is important. All right. Without that, focus will not come. That is the keystone. All right. That is the, sorry, not keystone. That is the foundational stone of focus to develop. And even if you're facing hardship, they will prepare you for an extraordinary destiny, I'm telling you. Hardships are not something which just come to test us and then they keep testing us and then they go away. They are something which build us. All right. They're something which make us better with each lived experience. So even if it is breaking you, then also become strong enough and turn those pieces into something magical, something phenomenal. That should be there. Even Mahatma Gandhi says, strength doesn't come from physical, you can say physical resilience. It comes from an indomitable will. Indomitable will. All right. See, what is it saying? Pause. Just as you are about to engage and ask, how I am now. Ask after the actions. How does it feel now? All right. So to live to the fullest, you have to keep asking. You have to focus on the positive. All right. This person. This person is what? Happy. Why? Because he's managing his time. You can see this momentum. He's managing his time. Rather, he's playing with it. He's bouncing it. All right. So this gives you a sense of happiness. This gives you a sense of fulfilledness. All right. Life is 10% what will happen to you. You know this. Who said this? Charles S. Swindoll said this. Swindoll, है ना? Charles S. Swindoll said this, that life is 10% what happens with you and 90% how you react to it. All right. So always remember this. Yes. Then we do not wait for those particular thunderstorms of life to pass. We learn to dance in those thunderstorms, and then we learn to be happy. That is the way to happiness. All right. Constant work, constant effort. All right. It is asking about boundaries of time. Establishing such a time boundary and resolve will help you keep fit and enhance your sense of well-being and enable you to start the rest of the life in a surer footing. So moreover, this book is talking about how to stay healthy, how to stay happy, how to stay more fulfilled and more calm with clarity. All right, this is what this book was talking about to us. This book is done. Thank you so very much for attending this class. Let us also have some concluding remarks with this person kept here. Okay. So now what are you going to do to improve your life from today onwards? You have to practice mindfulness. Practice either journaling or meditation or awareness, some sort of thing which keeps you aware. It may be sports, it may be anything. All right. Practice a lot of gratitude, a lot of service and connection. Not service you do not want to do, service you truly want to do to others. All right. You truly want to be with others, which makes you happy, which makes you more fulfilled. All right. Even trying to stay healthy is a service to your own body. All right. That has to be done. Stay aware. Anchor in your values. Define your core motives. What does growth truly mean to you? What is growth for me? What is growth for the world? It will be different. What is growth for you is not really growth for the world. It is different for everybody. All right. You have to decide what is it for you. What is true happiness for you? What is true compassion for you? What is truly being the person you are and the person you want to be for you? All right. You have to prevent the storms of confusion by being totally into the moment, by being totally conscious, by being totally aware, by being totally focused. All right. That has to be there. So awaken the inner lighthouse. And this was the practical philosophy of staying focused in everyday life. We'll come up with more lectures if I get a good response from this, and still I will keep doing because I like talking to you in this manner. Thank you so much.